So my last video was about this DIY lapdock I made, where you plug in your smartphone in order to turn it into a laptop, desktop, portable computer, whatever you want to call it. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on this prototype, and people saying they might want to build something like this themselves, which is why I kind of feel obligated to work out the different design flaws of this prototype and improve the thing as much as I can. So that's what we're doing today. And yeah, my main idea for this version 2 of the project is to make the part where you put your smartphone on, so this thing, slide in order to improve the portability and the sleekness of the device. I've already made some prototypes of the sliding mechanism just to see if the idea could work theoretically, and I'm pretty positive that we can get there. But yeah, it's not quite there yet, so yeah, let's see if it works out. Let me just show you really quickly. This is Fusion 360, the program I think most people use when designing things for 3D printing. And yeah, that's the current state of the Lapdock, the improved version of it. First of all, I fixed most of the screw holes. I removed unnecessary screw holes and yeah, just improved the placement and the depth of them in general. I added these Lego knobs, just kind of because I thought maybe it would be fun to add an element of personalization to the thing, so that you can put a small Lego pixel art or whatever on these few knobs here. And yeah, then the main thing I of course did was the sliding mechanism. There we go. What I did is I lowered the place where the PCB board that handles the USB-C and battery video input and video output to the screen. I lowered that as much as I could in order to make room for this to slide in. If you're wondering how the slide mechanism exactly works, it's pretty simple. After putting this thing into that thing, I add some screws in order to get it to not fall out anymore. You know, there's some screws here so that this thing can basically only move from here to there. That's the whole idea behind the sliding mechanism. The main struggle I face right now is just making it so the cable, the USB-C connector for the phone, slides in and out without blocking the thing or changing the rotation or something like that. So let's get to printing and assembling and hoping that everything works.
One nap later.
After 2 days of printing, these are the parts I got. I'm still missing the back hinge and these top parts, but that's alright. For the hinge mechanism, the only parts we really need are those, so we can put these to the side. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'll first have to remove all the support beams, and then we can test out together how well the mechanism works. For anybody wondering why I went with black this time instead of orange, I quite liked the coloring of the original prototype, but I did run out of orange filament building that thing, and I'm quite pleased with the quality of the black filament I got. It feels pretty smooth. As you can see, I managed to remove all the support beams without severely damaging this part, which is quite the success. But yeah, there are still all these strings everywhere. There's a simple solution to that, which is to just burn them. That's better. By the way, if any 3D printer company wants to sponsor me, please do. Alright, look at that, it's squeezed in there pretty tight. And the mechanism actually seems to work pretty well already, and I didn't even put that thing in here to balance it. So yeah, this will totally work. I will definitely have to reprint this part, but oh, that's that's such good news. Let's try putting in the PCB. One thing I'm now noticing, that's the place where the ribbon cable for the screen goes in, and I didn't really pay much attention to it priorly. The sliding mechanism, of course, completely goes over it. I think this will be fine. I think if I tape the ribbon cable the right way, they shouldn't interfere with each other, but that's definitely something I will have to look out. And yeah, other than that, I will have to find a good way to pin down the cable as well, but should be possible.
More moments later.
Here we go! After a few more design adjustments and 2 more days of printing, the Lapdock 2.0 is basically finished. The sliding mechanism works pretty well. Most of the parts came out nicely, except for these two. This one was stuck to the build plate too much, and then I tried printing that one with a raft. So they're kinda each screwed up in their own way. Maybe I will just put black tape on them. The Lego knobs sadly came out a bit too wide, which makes them pretty unusable for Legos. But yeah, I designed this custom piece to put on here and balance the orange from the sliding mechanism. In comparison with version 1, it's about 1 centimeter higher, but it's of course so much slimmer. If you put these things next to each other, it's obvious which version is much more portable and durable. And I also adjusted the angle in which the stand stands. As for the wiring, I really did just have to tape down the ribbon cable of the display in order to keep it away from the sliding mechanism, so that wasn't a problem. And the USB-C cable for the phone is just curled up over here, which, yeah, makes it really simple to pull in and out. And as you're about to see, everything still works the way it's supposed to. I just plug in the phone, and there we go. So I guess it's time to wrap this video up, and thank you all for watching, but there are a few more announcements I would like to make, including regarding this project. As it stands now, I'm planning to make a version 3 that's a full-on laptop with an included keyboard and a closing mechanism. And I even want to try to add this solar panel to the back of it, because this thing is actually able to charge my phone, and I think it should also be able to charge the power bank. So yeah, I think that would be an awesome way to develop the project further. But before I do that, I will do a few other things, just because I have a whole bunch of different ideas I want to work on. For example, I've built this robot I want to do a video with, changing the design and everything. And again, a few other things I would like to make. And I hope you will all be up for that as well. So yeah, if you want to see these projects or the third version of this thing, feel free to subscribe to this channel. If you want to make this thing or any other project I did so far yourself, I upload all the files for 3D printing to my Patreon for free. And if you decide to become a Patreon supporter, you also gain access to the actual project CAD files of all the things I'm working on, which makes it easier for you to do your own adjustments and versions of the things I do. Again, thank you all so much for watching, I truly appreciate it. And yeah, if you do own a 3D printer company, or know somebody who does, tell them to send me free stuff.